welcome here to more TALKFCB, and welcome to a massive day, not only on the pitch, but also off it, of course, as the presidential election is taking place right now in Barcelona. And so indeed, to pass the time, we are going to be talking here today about the Madrid derby, which has just ended, and in a game there between Atletico and Real Madrid, it's actually Barca that, in the end, have come out on top. It's ended as a draw, leaving the title race firmly in the balance. It's all coming up. Let's get to it. Come on. Because Atletico there were boosted in their team by the return of Kieran Trippier, starting there on the right side, and he has been such a crucial player for Simeone when available this season. And for Real Madrid there, they welcome back Karim Benzema, another player that certainly they will have missed, leading their attack alongside Asensio and also Rodrigo. But both of those players were subbed off as the game went on, because I have to say, Real Madrid in this game, it was a big surprise to me. They were hardly dangerous whatsoever. I think as the game went on, they got a little bit more desperate, they got a little bit more urgent there in their play, but for the majority of this match, they were very, very poor going forward. They lacked the threat, and in the end, as we're going to look at now, Atletico missed chances. Big chances, which would have seen them extend their lead over Real, and ultimately, extend their lead in the title race. But no, in the end, they've dropped points. But they did get off, of course, to a very, very good start in this game. And who else was it going to be? In a game like this, you just knew that Luis Suárez, he was going to have a bearing on the result. And it was brilliant play, first of all, by Marcos Llorente. 15 minutes gone it was in the game there. He skips away from his man. Really good touch there to accelerate into space on that right-hand side. And then it's all about not only timing the pass, but also making sure that Luis Suárez bends that run and stays on side. He does really, really well there to keep himself on side. He's one-on-one with Courtois, and we all knew what was coming next. Suárez in these kind of areas, especially against Real, he loves that outside of the foot finish. That there is the typical Suárez strike. Brilliant goal that it was. He took it fantastically. Atletico had a big lead early on in the game, and then they should have had more. But the only real big moment in that first half, it was quite a slow game to get going in terms of the big chances. But just before halftime, there was a big decision, and I was fully expecting here Real Madrid to get a penalty kick. I thought there, especially given the fact the referee went over to the sidelines. When that happens, you always think probably they're going to lean there in favour of the penalty. He's looking at the handball from Felipe. It does connect there with the lower half of his arm. But typically, since we were actually hoping that Real would get something out of this game, for the first time ever, they didn't get the penalty. It was not given there, and at half-time, it was Atletico 1, Real Madrid, who hadn't threatened, 0. And I think at the start of that second half then, as the game went on, Atletico did have those big chances, particularly down their left-hand side. It was Varane who made a mistake on the right. He cleared the ball straight into the path there of Yannick Carrasco. It was a good one too with Suárez. Carrasco there in lots of space in the area. He's one-on-one with Courtois, but you've got to say, brilliant save from the Belgian. He comes out, he gets off his line really quick, he makes himself big, shuts down the angle, and it's a good save there to deny Carrasco. And it was exactly the same situation just a few minutes later. It was Lamar this time, plays a really nice through ball. Carrasco can run into all that space. This time though, he could go for goal, but he doesn't. He checks back, he plays Suárez in, who again is denied by Courtois. So really big saves there from Courtois that stopped Real Madrid going behind further. And like I say, right throughout this game, you were just waiting. When are Real Madrid going to up that tempo? When are they going to come forward there and pose a threat? Because right the way through the match, they pretty much depended there on scraps here and there, long shots from outside the area, very speculative efforts. They hardly did anything at all. But finally, in the 80th minute, something got going. It was Vinicius down the left-hand side. Again, little 1-2, getting in behind there in the space. And you've got to say from Vinicius, brilliant ball into the centre to find Karim Benzema. And this was the chance. This was the big chance there. 10 minutes in time. This could have changed everything. But Benzema did not put it away. It was a brilliant save, this time from the Atletico keeper, Jan Oblak. And also what I love about Oblak is he doesn't just make that save, which is a wonderful point-blank save, but then he's up for the rebound because Benzema still is trying to find a way to score that goal, but Oblak is up, saves again, a double save from him, and that was a big moment too, just minutes from the end of the game. Having said that though, in typical Real Madrid fashion, one thing that you do have to say about them is that they never do give up. They will continue to go there until the final whistle, and it was kind of weird for us Barca fans because we were kind of thinking, if Real Madrid here score a late goal, we'll be quite happy. And we don't usually feel like that, so it was a really strange game for me there, trying to watch this, kind of hoping that Real score, but it was a really strange sensation. But either way, Benzema there, given too much space, I feel, in a central area. He's combining with Casemiro, who gets in behind Atletico. I think at this point, they were getting a bit nervous. They were starting there to see the big 3 points they could have got, but Casemiro in behind, easy ball across to Benzema, who's in that right place at the right time. He finishes it off, and that there, the equalising goal in such a big game. It's a big blow here for Atletico. They led the game. They had big chances to make it 2-0. Simeone will be disappointed. Real have got a point, but like I say, when you look at the La Liga table, there is only one winner. This weekend, we have made a big stride there to trying to catch Atletico. Yes, they are still 3 points clear. Yes, they do have a game in hand. But when you consider, just a few games ago, they were miles clear. They looked as though they were going to start walking out of sight. But no, it is tight again at the top. Real Madrid are still in the race too. And I think when you are looking here at the final fixtures that we have to come this season, because there are still plenty of games to play, there's some big games, I think, on each side here. And I actually think it's very equal when you spread it across the board. Atletico, for instance, still do have to go away at Sevilla. They've got to go away to Betis as well in the very next game. They go away to us, of course. They're coming to the Camp Nou, and they also play Real Sociedad. Barca, likewise, also have to play La Real. We go away there. We head there away at Real Madrid and away at Villarreal before we do indeed face Atletico Madrid at home. And it's a very similar story for Real Madrid. They've got the Clásico, they've got Betis, they've got Sevilla, and they've got Villarreal. But the one thing you would say there from Real's fixtures, they do have all of those top 7 sides coming at home. That is significant. And I just think it is going to be so interesting here as the season now does begin to reach what is a real breaking point here in the title race. This is a big day, and it has been a big week for us Barca fans. And so far, so very good. Now, of course, our attention turns to tonight's election. We've seen all day long people there arriving at the Camp Nou to cast their vote for the new president of the club. That is going to be confirmed at around 11:30 p.m. local time in Barca. So we still there have a few hours to wait. It's anxious. It's nervous right now. We know how big this decision is. But of course, guys, trust me when I say, as soon as it's all done, as soon as that decision has been made and announced, I'll be right there on TALKFCB so we can react to it all. Let's hope it's good news. Please. This one really does matter. I will see you then. But until next time, guys, as always, Visca El Barça.